Hello. Today, we are going to talk about the auto and manual geofence features available on our devices. We are going to begin with the Auto Geofence tab, where we can configure the settings which allow us to create a virtual border around a parked vehicle. The configuration of this feature is pretty simple. First, we need to select when we want an event to be generated, when the vehicle exits, enters, or on both, meaning that the device will generate an event each time vehicle leaves or enters the automatically generated area. Next is the activation timeout, which is used to add a delay from the ignition being detected as off to the virtual border being generated, allowing us to control how quickly the monitoring will begin. After that, we have one of the most important settings here: radius. The parameter is configured in meters and defines what should be the radius of a circle around the parked vehicle. By default, the radius is set to 100 meters, and it might be tempting to set the radius as small as possible, but please keep in mind that if the radius is set to a very low values, a couple of meters for example, there is a risk that auto geofence events will be generated incorrectly due to GNSS drift, causing the reported location to exit configured area. Finally, we just need to select how we will deactivate the auto geofence. This is not tied to ignition, so it can be deactivated by different inputs. For example, on FMC 130, we are able to deactivate the geofence via power voltage, digital inputs 1 to 3, engine RPM read via CAN adapter or Bluetooth OBD dongle, and finally I button, adding another layer of security as the driver also has to authenticate himself before leaving the area. Next feature we will talk about today is manual geofence, which allows us to place a virtual border on a map, creating zones with different overspeeding limits and also notifications about a vehicle entering and exiting the set zone. With the base firmware, there can be up to 50 geozones created and saved using the configurator. The frame border allows us to create a buffer zone where the event will not yet be generated, that way allowing us to filter out some false geozone events. After that, we will see the overspeeding section, which allows us to create a separate speed zone anywhere on the map, that way giving us capability to add more detail to the overspeeding scenario. Finally, we can also specify the shape type, its location, and size. Currently, we only support circle and rectangle as possible shapes, and they can be drawn right on the integrated map by clicking the circle or rectangle button.